It's a rainy day. It's been raining basically since the day started. Mm-hmm. It's on and off, and the forecast says that it's going to rain all week. Every day. Every day there's going to be rain. And I'm like, that's a lot of rain. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday. Because it's been so rainy, it's been a little bit of a lazy day. We're getting stuff done, but, you know, it's storming. Kep had a bit of a rough morning because he is afraid of storms, and he typically has hid under our bed. And this morning, he's learned not to meow. Like, he still meows like throughout the day when we're up, but he's learned not to meow at night. He has it. The reason I know he has it is because this morning I woke up to the sound of the door going boom, 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 boom. And I woke up and I was like, what's going on? And I realized Kep knew not to meow, but he wanted to get under the bed because he was scared of the storm, and he was hitting the door. He was like standing up on his hind legs and pushing and trying to push on the door. And I was like, oh, that's what's happening. So he had a bit of a rough morning because he was afraid of the storm. All good now. Well, all good because we're up and moving. The storm is still here, and he's going to have to deal with, rain and stuff for the next week, but it's fine. It's fine. It's nice because we've actually had a bit of a drought, really. Mm-hmm. Like, there's been things that have been bone dry here that I haven't seen them this dry in a long time. So the rain is actually quite good. The big thing for today is that it is the Breath of the Wild finale. This is the final boss fight. We're going to be going up against Ganon. In fact, we have everything done up to that point. So when we start the stream, that's what we're doing. And it's wild to think that we're finally here after almost a year. I think this is the 43rd stream. And there's been weeks that we didn't do it or played a different game. So it's like a calendar year, but I think it's the 43rd week. After all that time, we're finally at the end. We've enjoyed Breath of the Wild. It's been fun, but it's time to beat it. And that happens in just a few short hours from now. Well, we did it. We beat Breath of the Wild. Mal, we did it!
We did it!
We did it!
Yeah. I'm very tired.
Were we just singing the Dora Explorer theme?
I don't know.
We did it!
I've
we
never
did it!
seen
We
the
did
show.
it! Yeah! I don't know the Spanish part. We went through the mountains and we found the wolves. Yeah, we did it! We did it! We did it! Yeah! We trapped them in cages and took them to the pound. Yeah, we did it! Or whatever it is. Anyway, yeah, we beat Breath of the Wild. It was a good stream. It was a fun stream. Folks had a really good time, which is the thing that's always most important to me on Fridays, is that folks leave more entertained than when they arrived. That's the big... Oh, hi, bud. Hi, buddy. Were you entertained too? You want up here? You can get up here if you want. I don't care. That's a thing you're allowed to do. You don't know what he wants. It was the 43rd week, the 43rd stream of Breath of the Wild, and it's a little hard to imagine that it's finally over because we've been doing it so long. Doing this project meant a lot to me. Because this was something that really, honestly, was kind of on the same scale as Skyrim or Fallout. But it was live streamed. And, when we started doing, full games on Twitch a while back, it was really to start getting in the groove for doing Breath of the Wild. Like when we did Link's Awakening, I was like, well, if we do Link's Awakening, we've done a Zelda game on Twitch, and we can do a Zelda game on Twitch. And we did it. And then we kept doing things, and we did Katamari, and we did Super Mario RPG, and we've done all of these games, and before that we were doing, indie games, so we were doing all of these things to try and get to the point where we felt comfortable committing to doing a project this big, because it is big, and it's hard to know exactly how it's going to go, because when you commit to doing something like this, you're asking folks to join you for these streams, for a year. And that's a big commitment, because, we might change up the game every once in a while. There might be a little break and we might do something different on a Friday, but for the most part, this is what it's going to be. And that's asking a lot of the audience to stick around for a year to do a game like this. And it still worked. And we're really grateful for that. Actually, when we first started, we told ourselves, we might do another game in between, and we basically just based everything off of the viewership. We decided, if viewership fell to a certain amount, where people were getting tired of doing Breath of the Wild, that we'd continue doing Breath of the Wild, but we would start alternating with something else. And viewership just, it remained extremely resilient. Folks just really wanted us to see Breath of the Wild, and I think part of that was just the experience that was happening as part of being there for the stream. The gameplay helped, sure, but there was also, it's kind of a party on the breaks, and I think that's why folks kept coming back. Is, Zelda was an appeal, but it wasn't necessarily Zelda itself. It was the fact that Friday was just kind of a big party, and especially last year, over the course of the last 12 months, having an escape was helpful, especially at the beginning of the game, whenever things were still so crazy and uncertain. So I think Zelda came at the right time. We were ready to do it because we had experience doing other streams, and we were ready to do it because, gosh darn it, we wanted to do it. And I'm so glad that it turned out the way it did, because if we had gotten to Breath of the Wild sooner, we probably wouldn't have streamed it. It probably would have been a series that we did on demand like we do for some of the other stuff on YouTube. And I honestly think that it turned out a better series the way we did it, because there's so much extra lore to it, and all of this art, and all of these moments and experiences that happened between the gameplay portions. And it's not that the YouTube version is missing anything. The YouTube version's not missing anything, but the Twitch version has extra stuff. And for everyone who joined us for any of the streams in the past 12 months, thank you. We sincerely appreciate you. We hope that you have had a very fun time, because we have. And Breath of the Wild was great.
It was a fun game.
It was just a really good game. I said it early on that it became my favorite Zelda game almost immediately, but it also just ranks as one of my favorite games now. It's just really good. It's just a really good game. I'm also super pumped to hear more about Breath of the Wild 2. And we may not have to wait too much longer, because on June 15th, Nintendo is doing their E3 presentation, and I am crossing my fingers that we're going to finally get some more info about Breath of the Wild. They released a trailer for Breath of the Wild 2 sometime back, and I don't know that we ever watched it. We may have been purposefully avoiding it.
We did.
Okay, we did? Okay,
Yeah.
We may have purposefully avoided it. I guess we could watch that now and find out what that's about. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting more information now, because we finally can. Folks were really curious how we managed to stay spoiler-free for so long, and it's because we went out of our way to avoid it. We didn't go looking for anything related to Breath of the Wild, and if we stumbled across something, we noped out. As fast as we go. We're like, nope, don't learn anything, because we knew eventually we would cover the game, and finally it's all done. Okay, All right, I'm done talking about it, but it seriously was fantastic. I will say, though, one thing that I learned tonight that blew my mind and also made me very sad is that throughout the entire course of the adventure, I have been wearing the barbarian armor while also using stat boost for attack up. And we've done that the whole game. Like, it's like, oh, we gotta maximize our damage output, so we need to wear the damage output armor and then also eat the food that increases our damage. And then now, after doing this for a year, chat told us tonight, because they were allowed to spoil everything now, they were like, yeah, just to let you know, the game does not work like that. And I was like, I'm sorry? And they're like, yeah, you've just been wasting food. I'm like, oh. So, yeah, it just looks at whatever is better. So if the food is better, then it'll do the food, but it doesn't combine them. And there's nothing in the game that tells you that. It's fine. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up here. We're going to find some sort of snack to eat.
Chips and salsa.
You want chips and salsa?
Yeah, I do.
That sounds good. And I wanted to end by saying that not only was tonight the finale for Breath of the Wild, tonight was also what would have been Sagan's 9th birthday. And it was something that I was intimately familiar with, and we have actually talked about him a lot today. You know, he didn't even make it to his 8th birthday, but, you know, I guess now that there's certain dates that are almost like imprinted into my mind, and that's one of them. And when I noticed that it fell on the finale, I thought that was interesting. And we had someone had done an art tonight that had Sagan in it, which was really nice. And I'm sure they didn't even know that it was his birthday today, but it was sweet. It was sweet. Okay, I'm done. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, let's move back tomorrow, shall we?
Shall
I don't know, shall we?
we? Yeah.
Yeah?
After I sleep.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking that we would continue the vlog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that.
I thought it'd be kind of weird to end it here. We've been going for like
Yeah.
a decade. It'd be really strange if we stopped.